Greetings, this is Sean, and today I'm going to show you an easier way to make this kind of a measurement. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more tips like these. Okay, I want to real quick try to explain something about measuring. Let's just say hypothetically that there's a wall right here that's coming up, and there's another wall that's like over here. And let's say, for the purposes of discussion, that wall ends here. That's make a straight line right there, and we want to know what the distance is here. But there's a wall here, and a lot of people will take their tape measure and they'll put it like into the wall here, and then they'll kind of fit this in and try and measure, the distance there, and try and figure out, just guessing how, and it's all curled up on the, they're doing this kind of a thing, trying to read the distance. And there's an easier way to do that. One is, if you look on the bottom here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but it says that this distance here is 2 inches. So you could butt that up against there. And it also, this happens to be a metric tape as well, and it also says that it's 50 millimeters from there to there. So you could take your tape measure, butt it up against the wall there, bring this out and read that there, which is 95 millimeters plus 50 millimeters is 145 millimeters. It's one way you could do it. Another way you can do it is you take two tape measures. See, I've got one here that's got the metric down here. I've got another one that's got the metric here, and you could butt this one up against this wall here, like that, and then you're wanting to measure to this line here. Then you take your other one, and you slide this up against the wall there, and you've got 20 here, plus the 4, and so you got 240, wherever, I can't see it, 246 millimeters that way. So you're taking the 20, which is 200 millimeters, plus the 46 millimeters, so that's 246 millimeters is another way that you can do that. And that's a little bit more accurate. So, or alternatively, what you can do is take 2 sticks, I don't know if these are long enough, but you can take 2 sticks and put one there, and take the other one and put it up against there, where they meet, together like that. And you can take a clip. So let's just say you're taking that and you're butting that up against there, and you're butting that one up against that wall. Take a clip and clip those together. And then what you do is you take your tape measure and measure from there to there. You can see it's, of course this isn't, I was just doing this quickly, but you can see that you would measure across like that, and you can see that it's 90, I'm sorry, I'm looking on the wrong one. Metric is on the bottom, so you got 245 millimeters, just like it said before. So anyway, that's another way of doing that. And something else I wanted to point out too is, on tape measures, if you ever notice that this end piece moves, this is done, and the distance that it moves, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try and zoom in real close, but if you look right down here, it moves from that mark there back to that mark there. Or if you look up here, it moves from this mark here to that mark there. And what that is that's the thickness of this piece of metal right here. And what that does is when you've got it pushed up against a wall, for example, then it moves back to for that thickness there being included in the measurement. So it's not included in the measurement. And when you're pulling, like this along this way, it pulls it back so that it reads on the inside of it and not on the outside of it. So that movement compensates for the movement or the thickness of this tab right here. So anyway, I just thought I'd point that out. Wasn't sure if you ever knew that or not. And of course, this little thing here, this little dimple, and most tape measures have that, is so you could take a nail, drive the nail in, and you could actually hold that on the head of a nail. I've got one here. If this were driven into the wall, you could hook that onto the nail, and that hole would hold onto the head so that you can pull the tape out. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you as well. So anyway, just a few little tips here. I hope these are helpful, and I'm still working on my dollhouse escape room. I've got lots of ideas, but I'm having some issues with trying to get stuff together to build them. So I'm just trying to come up with a whole bunch of these little tips and stuff in the meantime. So anyway, I've got another one that I'm going to do, but it's not related to this, so I will share that in another video later this week. Anyway, if you have any comments or questions or suggestions, as always, leave them in the comments. And as always, have a better day, as I always say.